Howdy again, everybody. This is Doc from Thorofan coming to you with the name behind the race. And I know I've been off the last couple of weeks. Me and Kitten Cappers here have just been enjoying a little convalescence and recovering from that amazing Breeders' Cup weekend that we had. Hope everybody who was lucky enough to hit a winner there did, because there sure were some great payouts. But we're back with the name behind the race. And this week we are going to profile a race for 2-year-olds coming up this Saturday at Aqueduct. It is the Remsen. And, well, trying to figure out exactly what the Remsen is named for, there's two possibilities, and we are going to explore both of those as well as a really great rendition as we once again look at the name behind the race. Okay, so the Remsen, a stakes race that will usually yield at least one serious contender for the following year's Kentucky Derby. Why is it called the Remsen? Kinda depends on whose story you believe. Most people seem to fall into the camp of it being named after Colonel Jeremus Remsen, whose family owned a large amount of land on Long Island, and he was one of the leading officers in the Battle of Long Island during the Revolutionary War. As is often the case in these segments of really old-type guys who races are named after, all I could find was a picture of his grave, which sits in Remsen Cemetery in Brooklyn. The other theory is a little bit more political. Around the turn of the 20th century, there was a huge push from religious zealots and the Republican Party people who backed them to have gambling, and with it racing, abolished. They did succeed for a short time, and then it was a group of Democrats who were strong supporters of the racetracks who were actually able to bring it back. These Democrats would meet at the Pomonic Club on, you guessed it, Remsen Street in Brooklyn. There actually is a stakes race named the Pomonic that is contested at Aqueduct as well. So, you be the judge as to which story you believe. As for the Remsen Stakes, it was first run in 1904 at the old Jamaica Racecourse, and was a fixture at the track until it moved to its current home of Aqueduct Racetrack in 1960. Run at distances from 5 furlongs to its current mile and an eighth test, it is one of the last graded stakes races for 2-year-olds in the calendar year, and now has Kentucky Derby Trail points assigned to it as well, making it a frequent target of those later developing 2-year-olds to get a nice distance race under their belts. The last Kentucky Derby winners to take the Remsen were back in 1993 and 1994, when Go for Gin and Thunder Gulch took the Remsens respectively, before going on to glory in the Run for the Roses the following year. Been pretty much a drought since then of no Derby winner emerging from this late autumn race, but that doesn't mean it hasn't had its share of exciting horses and contests. More recent winners include the enigma that turned out to be Mohaman, and last year's victor who might now turn out to be a monster on the grass circuit, Motown. Perhaps one of the more exciting renewals of recent history happened in 2004, when two top 2-year-olds threw down in the Remsen. It was Rockport Harbor versus Galloping Grocer, and these two co-favorites did not disappoint in a truly thrilling rendition.
Followed by Stormy Jim. So it's Rockport Harbor to be the early pacemaker here, but Galloping Grocer's second on the outside. Pavo taken back in third position, and Killinall is fourth. Rockport Harbor through a quarter in 23 and 4. Galloping Grocer not far behind. So they enter the backstretch run. Stuart Elliott trying to nurse that speed of Rockport Harbor. He's got a pretty good hold on him. He's doing it all by himself, out there by a length and a half. Galloping Grocer has settled beautifully for Johnny Velasquez. He's a tracking second. And then Pavo on the inside of Killinall. 5 lengths back to Stormy Jim, who's lost some ground. And then a break of another 3 back to Father Weast. Rafael Bejarano trying to motivate him. So as they approach the half-mile pole, it's still Rockport Harbor and Galloping Grocer 1-2. The pace is solid, a half in 47 and 1/5 seconds. Killinall is third, Pavo is fourth. Around the far turn, 2 undefeated 2-year-olds around the far turn together. Rockport Harbor now a short lead. Galloping Grocer's right alongside, and the battle is joined here with 3 furlongs to go. Coming to the top of the stretch, Rockport Harbor, Galloping Grocer, their strides synchronized as they come past the quarter pole, opening up on the field by 5. Killinall is third, and Stormy Jim. They're off the turn into the stretch. Rockport Harbor is still under a hand ride by Stuart Elliott. Velasquez is all over Galloping Grocer. Rockport Harbor a narrow lead. Galloping Grocer on the outside. Nip and tuck as they come down to the finish. Head to head for 3 furlongs here. Rockport Harbor, Galloping Grocer, 2 outstanding 2-year-olds, putting out an outstanding performance, and it is Rockport Harbor to win.
Well, there you go, everybody. Everything you wanted to know about the Remsen Stakes, and who knows? We may actually even get around to seeing the future Kentucky Derby favorite, or maybe even the future winner of the Kentucky Derby in 2018 racing this Saturday right here at Aqueduct. Anybody that is going up to Aqueduct, I hope you really do enjoy that Cigar Mile program. It's just an outstanding day of fall racing, and the Cigar Mile, too, is a very, very star-studded packed field, so it should be a great day of racing, a great Cigar Mile, great other stakes races that are going on, and I'll be back again next week to profile not only another race, but to give everybody an update on the horse Jet, who I profiled about a couple of months ago, and about the help that he needed and how people from Thorofan did come together, as well as all organizations around and people around came together to provide this horse with such an amazing ending, and I'll share that story with all of you next week. So until then, I am Doc for Thorofan, and we will see you next time on the name Behind the Race. If you're an incredibly passionate thoroughbred racing fan and want to find a whole bunch of people that are just like you, why not check out Thorofan at thorofan.com. Sign up to become a member, get our amazing weekly newsletter, and learn everything and anything there is to know about this amazing sport we call thoroughbred horse racing. Thorofan, giving the fans a voice.